Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas Sawyer with ThomasSawyerChannel, and today we have...
Hi, beautifuls. It's Ingrid H. Turner with IngridTurner.com. Thank you once again, Thomas, for having me on, getting to do this with you.
We do have openings available. It's $35. It will be linked on the StreamYard and the Facebook. Give me a minute. I'm just going to share out. Thank you, guys.
You're muted, Thomas.
Hello, everyone. I'm back. I'm Thomas Sawyer, ThomasSawyerChannel. We're doing universal readings and healings.
Yes, we are. And I'm Ingrid H. Turner, IngridTurner.com. Ready.
Well, let me give a check here. We may choose somebody, but let me check this, see if we got anything going on. Oh, yeah, we do. First, we're going to start with Mark Schumacher.
All right, Mark. Cool. You want me to start?
Yes, please.
Okay, Mark. Alrighty. Just let me feel into your energy here. Okay, feeling a lot in the crown, feeling some in the third eye, feeling a lot of tension in the shoulders, feeling the power center in the throat. Okay, we're putting all this together. Okay, I would summarize what I'm feeling here, Mark, as you got to trust yourself. You're dialed in. You're dialed in. You have a clear perception. You have a really good intuition. And you have self-confidence stuff that is getting in your way. Now, here's something the Spirit is saying to me. Remember, Mark, that lack of self-confidence is as much of an ego trip as excessive self-confidence. Okay. So you have work to do around your ego and your identity. So don't get me wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with you because you're having an ego thing going on that is causing you to get in your own way. It's clouding your perception, it's clouding your trust in spirit. Here's the thing, it's not actually clouding your connection to spirit, it's clouding your trust in spirit. So the more you can work on that self-confidence and building up that self-confidence in yourself, the more you're going to be able to hear it, trust it, and move forward. And you can really begin to trust your perception. You know, you have clarity is the word that I keep hearing. You have clarity, 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 and you don't trust it. You don't think you have clarity. I feel like you have gotten feedback for a very long time, maybe your entire life. Maybe this goes back to childhood. The feedback that you got was you can't trust yourself. You don't know what you're seeing. You're not correct. You know, but that's not true. That's not true. The people or anybody who shared that with you was like they were mistaken or they were just lying to you. You really can trust what you're seeing. Now, I'm feeling a lot of tension in the shoulders. So any kind of resistance that you're feeling in life, whatever you're pushing against, just pause, stop, rest, relax, give it a minute. Not everything needs to be conquered right now. And I specifically heard the word conquering. Not everything needs to be conquered right now. So let me pull some cards. Let's see what else we got for you, darling. Anchoring this in, expanding on our message for you. Okay, yeah. So in it, the cards are affirming what I said. Learning how Ace of Cups showing up here, really getting into more self-love, self-acceptance, and there's a word I'm looking for, like it kind of goes back to that feeling of confidence, like really working on your self-confidence. Not everything needs to be conquered right now. Give it a rest. Okay. Go slow. Also, something that's really going to help you right now is getting into gratitude. So what I do especially when I'm feeling crummy, like my confidence levels in the tank or I'm feeling anxious or whatever, I really make it a strong practice. Every single day I write a list of things I'm grateful for. And so that can seem really hokey, but it really, really works to get you out of that rut that you're feeling like you're in right now. And this is going to be a time to go inward, take some time for yourself and really do some deep digging and some soul searching. You've got so much going on, Mark. You've got so much going for you. You've got so much wisdom and connection and perception and clarity. And it's just bottlenecked right now because of the ego storm that you're experiencing, which is around your self-confidence. Okay, darling. So take your time, but make that commitment and the doors will open for you.
Mark, give me 1 second.
And thank you, Mark.
Okay. What I keep hearing is creativity over and over again. Creativity, like it's going to channel a bit. It's tapping into your divine feminine energy. So doing something creative, they're saying, even if it's like painting or sculpting or anything creative. Also, they're mentioning yoga. What you're about to go through, it would help you to further merge with the divine feminine energy. Doing anything like that's going to help awaken that within you. And also feeling into your emotions. There's a lot going on emotionally. They want me to do some work on that. So let me tap into the sacral chakra. Just say, I accept, Mark. No. Like that. Heart chakra. Like that. And throat chakra. So you can speak clear. But I'm sensing a lot emotionally, but it feels like it's coming from the heart. This card, beyond the mind beats the heart. You're getting stuck in your mind too much. We all are, though, sometimes. And we're going in circles. That's kind of how things work sometimes. But they're saying be very, not careful, just try to see when that starts to happen and how you're reframing that thought process. So if it's negative, you can frame it into a positive. Because it's going to help your mind start to recalibrate how it's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you're doing good. We're all kind of overwhelmed to a certain degree right now anyways. But just keep moving. They're saying keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And everything's going to start opening up. And they're also saying there's never a wrong time. I don't know what that means. So maybe you're thinking about doing something. You say there's never a wrong time to do anything.
That's similar to the energy I was picking up for Mark too. Is like it doesn't all need to be done today. Like there's sort of a timing message there. Like it's okay, slow it down. It doesn't all need to be done today.
I think as men, we do that though. We think we're gonna get everything done immediately, and it's not that way.
Well,
And
it's not just men.
feminine well, yeah, but feminine seems to be more gentle with that. They can be real driven, sure, but it seems to be a little more gentler touch
Hmm.
than like fire energy. You know?
Yeah. Well, like we always say, it's energy, not gender. So it depends on
Yeah,
like, are you if you're really in like strongly in your masculine or like a little too into your masculine versus balancing out your feminine, then you're going to be, driven, get it all done right now. Whereas if you're in it's true when you have more of the feminine in there, then it's more balanced. But if you're too far in your feminine, then guess what? That's procrastination. That's la di da di da. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
there's a balance to be struck, and I love what you just said. Could I just take a minute and talk about the what you said about reframing and mindset? I'm so glad that came through for Mark because that's one of the things, like you said, Thomas, like that's been really big collectively. Like I've just been getting this message. This is just for everybody: mental discipline, mental discipline. We have to get disciplined with our thoughts and our mindset because it can feel impossible to change our mind and change our beliefs and change our thinking. And I think what I always want to remind people of, and what Spirit has been reminding me of, is our thoughts come unbidden, right? We have thoughts and they just come out of nowhere. We can't really control the thoughts that originate. But I love the advice that you gave, Thomas, to like, that's fine, just reframe it. As soon as it shows up, you reframe it. You look at it from a different angle. What's the positive expression of that thought? What's the silver lining? Or how is that thought serving you? And that's going to shift everything. Then pretty soon you will more and more and more get in the habit, like your thoughts will begin to originate from that more positive place instead of that more mental place. But it's okay if your thoughts are originating from a mental place. Like that's super normal and human. And it just takes that mental discipline, just bit by bit, day by day, and gradually, but also quickly, it will shift.
Yeah. You just have to do the work.
You do. And it's
Yeah.
not hard work, but you
It's
gotta
hard work. I mean, it's still
it's
hard.
it's it's what I mean is it's not complicated, I think is what I'm
Yeah.
getting at. You know what I mean? It's like it's not complicated. It's easy to do. You just have to be really consistent and dedicated to it. So the hardest part is making the commitment. But once you make the commitment, then in my experience, doing that work becomes like something I actually want to do, as opposed to
Yeah.
something I'm like
Yeah.
hella resistant to.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, there's been lots of energies coming through, so it's been really interesting how
It
all this is
so
working.
has.
There's like extreme dips and extreme waves, and I used to make fun of like the Schumann resonance and stuff for years when I was on live, but there's some like motherfuckers or something to this.
I know there's something to all of it. It's just a question of when it starts resonating with you. Like the first time I looked at a human design chart, I was like, oh hell no. Like, I'm just like, I'm not touching that. And then like 4 years later, I got super, super into it. I was like, oh, this is great. This is really something to this. Whoops.
Well, guys, we still have openings, so if you guys would like the $35 donation, and it should be linked on Facebook and StreamYard. But anyways, how has your week been going, Ingrid?
It's been going good. I've been in California. I've spent a lot of time with my mama, which was really nice. And I'm hanging with Shay and doing that. So back in Cali, saw my kid for a minute. Oh my God, he was so funny. He went camping. I'm going to go see him later. We're going to play music together, apparently. But it's been good, reconnecting with family. How about you? You had a very special day this week. Can I talk about your very special day?
Yeah, I spent a lot of it.
Thomas had a birthday on Sunday. Can we all just like blast him with happy birthday love? I hope you got a lot of it on your birthday.
Yeah, I got a lot of posts.
That's good. More the merrier. Let's blast, 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 blast. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Was your birthday good?
Yeah, we went the day before. We went to a waterfall where you can swim in it. It was a little low, but it was still amazing.
Great.
Alabama. It's like a state park.
Yeah.
You can swim in this massive river, and there's a waterfall, and you can swim underneath it.
Ooh.
Let me check out PayPal real quick. See what's going on. Oh. Ingrid, how you feeling right now? You want to take a break or?
don't know. We've only been on 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a reading today? Come on, get a reading. We are juiced up. I am ready to go. Oh my God. I did a private session earlier. Felt like fire. Actually, it was a really good thing we didn't do these yesterday though, because yesterday I attempted to do my private reading that I did today, and I was like completely disconnected from spirit. Just like, oh, my intuition is just the off switch has been turned off, and I'm feeling really on it today. So I was glad that after experiencing that, I was glad we rescheduled. But that can happen. Disconnect, like not being able to connect with people.
I think there's a lot of energy going through around about that in different ways.
Yeah.
I think we're disconnecting things that don't serve us anymore.
Yeah. I've felt a big clearing out of energy that's kind of hard to explain. But it's like, I don't know. I felt like I had this really, really hard week where I just went into this crazy fucking ego storm, and I was just like having the hardest time. I was so triggered. Like all of my like grief from my childhood was re-triggered, and I was like in fight or flight the whole week. I was in so much emotional agony, and that's where that mental discipline came in really strongly. That's where I was really getting the message this week, like stay disciplined, keep that mental discipline, because these stories would come in and I'd feel these feelings, and like it's not that they weren't real, but they weren't attached to what my mind thought it was attached to. You know, like I could see that. I could see that the stories and the thoughts coming into my head were nonsense. Like there was no basis for that. And everything in me wanted to just default to like believing the stories and running away from the situation because I believed the stories. But I was like, that's not logical. That's not real. So I was really triggered this week. And it's like kind of like goes into complicated layers, which I won't get into. But the point is like this weekend, I was just sitting there and I pulled it off, like the mental discipline that I've been putting to use all week. It flipped the switch in my brain. And all of a sudden I was able to just completely calm down and let go of all the stories. Then trigger went away. It did take all week for this particular big trigger, but I was able to flip it. And then everything shifted energetically, not just with this particular situation that I was obsessing about, that my mind was hooking in on, but like everything shifted for me, like personally, relationship wise, business wise. I just felt this huge yawning opening show up, and it felt really good. It was amazing, but it was really hard getting there. So I think a lot of people, I'm talking to a lot of people, are feeling just, they got the triggers coming up this week, like that old. I'm trying not to swear on the live, but I swear all the time, so it's really hard not to sometimes. And I get excited, you know, all that shit coming up, you know, or that stuff that's just like buried in there, you know, from your childhood, from old experiences that you carry it around like freaking sandbags inside you. And then every so often, the universe gifts you some kind of like transit or energetic upheaval or solar flare or something that helps you dredge that up. And then you put that mental discipline into place. You put your spiritual practice to work for you, and you move through it. You untie the knot, and then you're free of it for good. And I'm feeling incredibly grateful for my like ridiculously difficult week now that I'm on the other side of it.
Yeah, it's just been insane. Honestly.
Okay, share some of your insanity, please.
I mean,
I can sense that over there.
So many things seem to be shifting as I move.
Yeah.
And then having trust in that process of what's going to happen. Like you know instinctively it's going to happen. And having trust in the process of how to get there. And not stopping moving. I think that's the greatest thing I think it's one thing people do a lot is they just stop. They get scared and they stop. I don't know about you, but because you do healing, but I would hear a lot of times when I did lives in the beginning, like certain people wouldn't do healing because of like stuff they dealt with or weird situations they got into.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't stop like when I run into stuff like that. I'd be like, What is that? Like, how do I deal with that? Okay.
Same. No, you and I are both radical in that sense. I mean, like we just do not stop with our healing, with our self-development, self-improvement, with spiritual work. I'm fanatical about my spiritual work. Like it's the biggest priority of my life, and it has been for years. And I mean, I realize that's not true for everybody, but anybody who's here with us, I think that's probably true, because they're going to be attracted to our energy, and like attracts like. So we're here for it, folks. We are here for the healings, the readings, channelings, whatever you need right now. We're open and ready.
Well, Gail, you're up next, my dear.
Yeah, Gail. Beautiful Gail. I'll go first. I'll make it. We'll do it. Okay, Gail, feeling energy in the power center, feeling it in the throat. Oh, good. And I feel it in the root too. I say good. I feel big energy, big power coming up out of you. It feels a bit like anger, but it feels like that anger is either in the process of being transmuted or has been transmuted into like power. I feel like you're feeling motivated and ready to move forward, like take a huge step forward. I've seen a big, giant, comical step forward in my mind, and they're illustrating to me like you're ready to take a step forward, and I applaud you. That feels really, really good, Gail. If you're not feeling this quite yet, that is happening inside you. That anger that you have inside you is in your power center. You're really using it to great effect. You're using it to take a big step forward. This step is critical for you, is what Spirit is saying. This is a big deal step for you. So you're really doing you're doing exactly what you need to do when you need to do it. They're still showing me the ridiculous, like the cartoon step. You know what I mean? When the leg gets all stretched out. It's funny as hell. So you're taking a really big step because you are taking that anger and that hurt inside you and you are transforming it and transmuting it into personal power. Everything is energy. The negative emotion is energy, right? Energy in motion. So we can use our emotions either to take us down, right? Or we can use those emotions to push us forward into the next version of ourselves, the next highest expression. And again, like me and Thomas were saying, is it takes dedication to use these difficult emotional experiences to push us into the next best phase of our lives, the next highest expression of ourselves, the next level frequency for us. Most people are going to allow those negative emotions to just make them spiral down because they don't have that mental discipline. But I can feel in your energy that you are transforming this and you're using it to take a big step. And I'm also getting that the issues that you have been having, the things that have hurt you, what you're doing is you're going, okay, I have to just let that go. I have to let that be what it is. I have to release that. I have to surrender that. And in your mind, you're thinking it's gone forever. It's done forever, or it's never going to get better. But what Spirit is saying is that surrender and that release is exactly what opens up, gives it to the space, the situation, the space to grow and heal and transform into something even better than it was for you and for all the people involved. So you keep doing your work. You keep focusing on what you need to focus on. You keep using that energy, transmuting that anger and that pain into power. And that's what's going to happen for you. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards for you, honey. Bum, 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 bum. The Sun, Temperance, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and Justice. That's great, honey. You got three major arcana cards here. This is good. You're moving into a new phase. Yes, there will be some sadness, there will be some grieving, but you are letting go and you are moving into the next space for you. Everything that happened to you recently needed to happen to break down everything that was in the way inside you, okay? Everything in your way, all the stuck energy in your body, so you could take this really big step. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords. So that tells me that you're still in it. You know, you're still a bit in it in your mind, but you're coming through to the other side. You're doing it. Keep moving through it. Keep moving forward. You're doing amazing, honey.
Gail, whatever this idea you have is, do it. That's what they want to. That's what they really want me to say more than anything. Whatever this idea is you have, just do it. They're like, stop thinking with your mind. Just move, get it done. Figure it out, get it done. It looks like a good short. And I think I said it before, but it's a group, but it's going to open all this other energy up, dude. And other things that you're going to do. This plays some kind of role in this process. Is big, bold vision. So it's what that next vision becomes. It's like opening the door to the pathway that will start to the next vision of what you want to bring into your life. Yeah. I don't know if this makes sense to you, Gail. I keep saying it's like a golden hallway. I know this may sound crazy, but it's like a golden hallway, and they're saying this is somewhere you've been before. I don't know. Maybe you've seen this in your dreams. Maybe you can somehow reconnect with this energy they're saying. Maybe there's a tone. You could use 777 hertz. I don't know if it's the right tone, but they're saying it would be helpful. But it's like a golden hallway. But it almost looks like Roman, they're saying. I don't know what it is. Some kind of realm or dimension. Do you have anything on that, Ingrid? Or am I talking all crazy?
When it's making me think, you're saying like kind of Roman, right? That's what you were picking up. So what I'm picking up from that is there's an afterlife mythology or like a transition myth or something that you're picking up on that, Gail, you might want to do some digging and researching. It seems like I don't really know my Roman mythology, but I feel like what I'm picking up is walking through this golden hallway is symbolic of moving from one phase to the next. And it feels like a death and rebirth or a death myth. And I would be interested to see if there actually is a Roman myth like that. It seems like that would be likely. That's what I'm picking up really strongly from that. Does that resonate with you, Thomas?
Yeah. And what else is there? Feels kind of right. Okay. So when you go through it, you've done it before, another lifetime. I don't keep hearing Valhalla, dude, but that doesn't make sense. It's not Roman. They keep saying it to me.
Oh, but I think Valhalla has golden halls.
It does.
I think it does.
I've been to Valhalla.
Well, here's the thing. The Norse mythology, the Roman mythology, and the Greek mythology are all the same mythology with slight variations. But it's all the same kind of gods, goddesses, and players and everything.
I need to look deeper into that. I need to read about that. Anyways, yeah, check into that because there's something there. I don't know what it is, but so you'll figure it out.
You know what? I would be really interested to see what you find, darling. So come back and let us know, okay?
Yeah. And just do a little bit of healing for. There we go. Beautiful. Give me 1 second. Next up we have, and we still have availability, guys, $35 donation, universal readings and healings. And next up we have Missy Soto Cruz.
Beauty, Misty. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I never thought about this before when I saw you before, Misty. But now Spirit is reminding me that when I was a little kid, I met a woman named Misty, and she was a young adult. So I remember how much I looked up to this young woman when I was a little girl. And I'm sure she didn't notice, and she didn't think of herself as a role model. She didn't think of her, she was very kind. She was really sweet to me, but she was herself. She wasn't overly trying to make an effort with me, but she would just pay attention to me. She would talk to me when I asked her questions. She would answer my questions. She never gave me the impression it's like, get out of here, kid, you're bothering me. And I've always remembered Misty because she made an impact on me because she treated me kind of like an equal, like she treated me well. And what I'm getting, the reason Spirit is reminding me of that is Spirit wants you to understand that you are more important to people than you realize. You are more impactful on people's lives than you realize, but it's more about you are more appreciated than you realize by the people around you because you're present for people, because you meet them where they are. And I'm getting like you're level with them, like your eyes are level with another person. So you don't put people up here, you don't put people down here, you're level with people. And that kind of respect, genuine respect that you are giving people is having more of an impact than you think it is. I get the feeling that you have some sadness going on around your relationships. Like you might not be feeling very appreciated right now. You might be feeling like you're kind of wondering, if you are appreciated, and you need to know that you are appreciated. And if you're having a hard time because you need something from people, even if it's just words, affirmations, even if it's help, if it's whatever you need from people, there's nothing wrong with your needs, and you need to ask for it. Just ask for what you need. If you need somebody to sit down, hang out with you and have a conversation, or give you some feedback, or give you some feedback on yourself and how you're doing and how do they perceive you, whatever it is. I'm feeling like you need that verbal feedback from the people who you care about. And you need to know that you're going to get it as soon as you ask for it, but you do need to ask for it. There's a little bit of block in the throat chakra. And when you ask for that, it feels like that's going to pop that block out and really help open, like I'm getting grease the wheels. It's like I'm seeing a WD-40 can, it's going to grease the wheels for you, kind of get things moving for you, but you're a little stopped up because you need some validation. You need some feedback. You need some love from your tribe, from your community. And you can absolutely ask for that. And when you do, it's going to make a world of difference for you moving forward. Okay, let's pull some cards and see if Spirit has anything else. Beautiful, Misty. Oh, yeah, babe. Okay. So we have some really positive cards here. We have the Mother of Wands, which is very much your energy. I just keep getting respect when I see that Mother of Wands. And we have the Hierophant card, which is a nice card. It's like, I feel like you're the kind of person that when you show up for people, they know what they're going to get. Like, you're very consistent. You're consistent in your support of other people. And we have the Son of Pentacles, which means you're grounded, you're stable, you're solid. It's good, right? Situationally, this looks good for any like financial stuff that you have going on, resources. You're doing fine as long as you kind of stay on the path. But then we have the Moon, the Devil, and the Seven of Swords here. These are difficult cards, okay? The Moon speaks to what I was talking about, where you're kind of wondering if you're loved and appreciated. The answer is you are, absolutely. Now, here's the thing about the Moon. The Moon is when the mind and the intuition try to, like, they don't speak the same language, right? They're trying to both interpret what's going on, or your mind is trying to interpret what you're intuiting, and it's getting it wrong. Because like we talked about earlier, me and Thomas talked about earlier, the mind defaults you to the negative worst case scenario. It's negative catalogs. So you have to understand that the stories that are going around in your mind, they may not be accurate about the people around you. The Devil card says that you have stuff coming up, okay? And the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck tells me that this is about betrayal. You have been betrayed in the past. You have been genuinely hurt in the past. And that wounding is coming up so that you can expel it and that you can let it go. But it is causing you to kind of have some difficult inner experiences around your relationships. And I feel like this is around all like friends and family, just, general relationships. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily related to one romantic relationships. It just feels like it's relationships in general. So you can trust the people who are in your life. I'm really feeling like the Seven of Swords energy, this betrayal energy, is a past thing. It's not a current thing. And you just need to ask for that validation. You need to ask for that love that you need in the way that you love it. Okay, look at the 5 love languages and look that up and see if you're not familiar with it, and see what is yours, and ask for your needs to be met in that way, because that will feel really good. And there's nothing wrong with your needs. That's for everybody. Nothing wrong with your needs. You are allowed to ask for what you need, and people are allowed to say they cannot meet those needs. And if the people in your life cannot meet your needs, that's when you evaluate after that communication whether that relationship is going to work for you or not, or whether you can get your needs met elsewhere because you have other things going on in that relationship. Okay, so you're doing better than it feels like. Your relationships are fine. Be mindful of the stories and put that mental discipline into place. Byron Katie does really good work around the mind. I think she has like 5 really simple steps that really take you deep into your story, and you're able to get through to the other side. And often you can let it go. So if you're not familiar with her work, you might want to look her up and look her practices up. She's really good.
Dude, Byron Katie was like super depressed, and she woke up and turned to a different person.
Yeah.
It took her 2 years to figure out how to write out the steps to do it. If I remember the story right. Anyways, my guides are saying that with you, they're saying you're a bomb ass bitch. Let me talk like I'm on TikTok. Okay, they're saying you're a bomb ass bitch. You need to remember though that you are that. So you need to remember the potential that you have. It's like, dare I say, some of us are gods that have amnesia when we reincarnate. That's connecting with you too. And they're saying, this may go way over your head a little bit, but it'll make sense later. They're saying, and I don't fully understand it, I'm just channeling it. But so the Syrians are saying that you have connections with them and you should look into working with them. You have natural healing abilities. And I keep seeing this mediation thing you do. As a mediator, I don't know what this means, because I was like, can she like, go get rid of like negative spirits? Like she wants to mediate with them. Anyways, the point is you can do it with a million other things. So, or do it with that if you want. But you have this mediation ability that helps you with that. And you've been around this planet, dude, for a long time. A lot of incarnations. Oh, shit. It's a lot. I just keep seeing numbers going forward. So you've been around for a while. You know your shit. So they're saying with getting stuck in the mind. Now, this will sound however it comes out, but the human is the human and the spirit is the spirit. They're saying there needs to be some kind of bridge in between the human and the spirit, such as meditation would be a simple form of this, if not finding something that is better to balance you. Because as Ingrid said, you're getting way stuck in your anger and your rage. That's not good for you. But take some time out, and also don't be so hard on yourself. That seems to be a recurring thing with a lot of people. So they're saying questioning the same decisions you've already made. They're saying, what's the point of that? Because you've already made the decision. Just be okay with it. They're coming in a little rough, but they're saying just be okay with it, because it sucks, but it's part of the lesson. The dog agrees. He's working.
Dog agrees.
Yeah, the dog agrees. And thank you. Let me do a bit of healing for you. Misty, say I accept in your mind. No. Move into the heart chakra. There we go. Throat chakra. Move back into this. Move into the spine. Coding. Okay. Into the spine. Sorry, it looked like coding, like numbers and lines, like the Matrix. And the spine. Okay. There's probably something there, Misty. That may sound crazy. I know I'm on something though. There's some kind of coding there. It's from like is it from a fucking future lifetime? Something like that, as they're saying. They're going really
weird, folks.
They're going. So the thing is, Misty, I guess I have to tell you this dumb story of mine. So I was abducted, and they put energetic tubing in my brain, and I think my future self did this. My mentor, my first mentor, I'm on his table, and this guy has been seeing me forever. He's my massage therapist, genius of a guy named Neil. He's still around, and he fixed my knee, amazing. But one day I wake up like out of a trance or something after a session, and he's like, "You know, you were abducted, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had a pretty good idea." And he was like, "You know, they put tubing in your head, so that's why you see through all these dimensions." And he goes, "You can see that as a good thing or a bad thing. It's up to you." He's that kind of thing, Eckhart Tolle kind of person.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
So I don't know why they had me tell you that story, how that connected. I said it earlier though. But yeah, so I asked someone about it, and they were like, "The only way that could happen," he goes, "I believe, is if it was your future self that did it to you." So anything's possible, or some alternate version of myself, because that's the new trend that's popping around.
Huh.
People talking to alternate versions of themselves. They've been teaching that since like the 70s.
Yeah.
Quantum jumping. But they call it a couple different things. I'm going to check PayPal again. Let's check it out. Okay. Well, Ingrid, you good, dear? You want to keep going?
Oh boy. I mean, I'm ready to keep. Yeah, I'll keep going.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep riffing. Who wants a reading? We're doing good here. I feel like we're doing good. I feel super dialed in.
Let me grab some water real quick.
All right, do that.
You have any events going?
Yeah, I sure do. I got things I could talk about. Those two things that I got going on that I want to share since we got a little space. The first is, if you join my mailing list, you get access to special deals I run on readings, and also like a deeper look or insight into my life, my travels, my lessons and experiences and breakthroughs and breakdowns and all that good stuff. So that's a good place to be if you dig me and you want to be buddy buddy with me. Go to my website, just right there on my homepage. You can sign up and get on my mailing list. And then the other thing that I'm doing, I'm going to run this program, and I'm really proud of it. I'm calling it Happy, Courageous, and Free, because I'm going to take you some of the stuff that Thomas and I touched on with like the mindset work, but going deeper into the body and the energetics as well, teaching you how to clear out the stuck energy in your body that is preventing you from living in your highest expression. It's creating self-sabotaging behaviors, unhelpful patterns, unhelpful relationship patterns. It's all about the stuck energy in the body. It messes you up. So if we can clear that out, what happens is your desires, what is your rightful lived experience, is going to start to flower in your life, and you're going to stop blocking yourself from having those experiences, from living those experiences. And I'm taking my teachings that I've been doing for 10 years, working with people, taking them through this, changing their lives, taking myself through it, changing my life. I am living my best life, 100%. And then I'm putting it in a format that is accessible, flexible, and cheap as fuck. So go to my website. Again, it's right there on the homepage. You can check out the sales page. It is a sales page, okay? But if you like what you hear, if you like what you're reading, sign up and join me next week to start that course. You're going to get some time with me, and you're going to get lessons emailed to you. Those are my things. Thank you, Thomas. What about you?
I'm just doing my TikTok. I'm going to move to Instagram and get everything going that way. I'm seeing everyone doing it. And they're different markets. This is just what I'm thinking about spiritually, but they're different markets. So it's interesting to me because Facebook is like this crowd, and then Twitter is this crowd, and Pinterest is this crowd, and they're all different. It's like school, but like all the way
like
from
the different cliques.
It's like elementary.
I know. So I saw Twitter has this thing called Spaces, I think, where you can do live audio stream, which looked really, really, really cool. And I don't really do much on Twitter, but I thought that'd be really fun to check out.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got some stuff going on. I'm still trying to figure out this podcast thing I'm putting together.
Oh yeah.
I just got a bunch of stuff for the thing, and
I'm like you. I've got all kinds of huge list of things that I want to do, and like I want to work on, and like I want to get started right away. And I was like, for me, what happens is like I just run out of physical energy. I just run out of energy, and I'm like, oh, I cannot get everything done I want to get done. And Spirit came to me recently and said, that's because you need to slow down so it comes forth at the right time. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. So anybody out there, if you're listening, if you're like struggling with trying to get something launched, or trying to make something happen, and you really want something, and you're feeling like blocked or tired, or you just don't have the motivation or the energy to get it done, or like roadblocks are showing up, often when you have a strong desire like that, it's a timing issue. And the timing issue is resolved when you trust in the divine timing and clear out your BS. We want to do some readings, folks.
Yeah, we still have $35 readings, universal healing and readings, guys. If you
These are a hell of a deal. I mean, Thomas and I have been doing this. I've been doing this for 10 years. How long have you been doing this, Thomas?
I don't even know.
Like forever. Okay, in this lifetime. Okay.
I forget, like 39? 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah.
Which I find hilarious.
Yeah. I know. I keep like marveling at the fact that I've been doing this stuff for like 10 years. I'm like, gosh, I normally have a shelf life of like 2 years for everything I'm doing.
It was just natural. I mean, I started healing, and then someone asked me to go live. And I was like, I was like targeting the biggest spiritual groups I could find on Facebook. And then I just went live. Like someone came to me and said, I have this massive group. I want you to go live. And I was like, I don't like what people are not going to want to listen to me. But I was like, whatever, let's see what happens. And it just, whatever, it went crazy.
And then they did.
Back then, because no one was live back then.
Yeah, right. You got in on it early. And that was when they actually showed your live video to a bunch of people.
I get like 4,000 views.
Yeah, they don't do that. They don't let you have those kind of views on Facebook anymore with lives.
I do on TikTok easy. On
I know.
Facebook,
Speaking of TikTok,
yeah.
who's on TikTok? Who's watching? Because
Uh,
me and Thomas are going to do a TikTok thing.
yeah, when are we doing this tomorrow?
We're doing this tomorrow, same time on TikTok. And, I know like, you're here and you're getting a reading today and what have you, but if you could just jump on and like be a part of the live stream and just support the numbers,
Yeah.
tap that screen and hit those likes, because this is our first time doing it. We'd be
Yeah.
so grateful if you'd come and support us. Thank you.
And I'll be really crazy too. So
Fucking fantastic.
My
I can't
normal-
wait. I can't wait.
my normal
It's
TikTok.
gonna be a ride, ladies and gents. We're gonna go take a ride with Thomas tomorrow on TikTok. I've never done a TikTok live, so I'm just going, okay, this is what we're doing. It's cool.
I'm gonna wear my mesh shirt that my friend bought me.
Oh, that's
It's really nice, but it's
like
like mesh. It looks
that's like 80s, right?
One in Savannah, the gay club in Savannah. That's
Oh my
what's
God.
there.
That's gonna be amazing. Now I have to think about what can I wear. I didn't bring very many clothes with me to California,
No.
so I don't know.
It's a good club.
Amazing.
I'd wear it there. I think it would be entertaining.
In California, you'd fit in well in California in a mesh shirt, mesh tank top.
I would
That'd be
wear it.
fine.
I don't think I would have too much of an issue with it.
No, not in
We'd
California.
be doing something like going to an expensive dinner or something.
Oh, that's great.
It'd be fun.
You guys are a riot.
Just film it. Let me check PayPal and see if anything's going on here. No, we're good. I mean, we can keep going, keep talking, dear. It's up to you.
I mean, we could talk forever and ever because we got a lot to talk about. Always a lot to talk about. But I'm good. If we don't have readings, I'm here showing up to be of service, holding big space. And I know you are too, Thomas. And I know you're out of town, right? So maybe you have stuff going on. I got Shay showing up pretty soon, so it's good.
Yeah.
We can do it. Hey, thank you, Mark, Gail, and Misty. So glad to be able to tune in for you and check in. It is such an honor and a pleasure to be able to do this work and to be, supported in this work as well. And just so you all know, me and Thomas, this is all we do for a living. We do readings, we teach classes, we do healings. We have dedicated our lives to be a conduit for divine spirit. I write poetry too, but that's also being a conduit for divine spirit because that shit's channeled. That's not me. So anytime that you feel called to get a reading from us, we're on these lives, or book a reading, or join my mailing list, take advantage of specials or whatever. It's like, somebody put it to me this way. It's like, it's a grounding energetic exchange, and you're supporting us and we get to show up and support you. And we are so freaking grateful to do this work with you. And thank you. And the other thing that you can do to support us is you can share us out. You can share the live stream. You can talk about us. You can send people to our pages and our websites and just introduce new people to us, because the more people that we connect with, the more divine spirit is going to be able to come through and make an impact through us. So thank you.
And thank you all for being here. And we will be back. No, as Gail, you asked earlier, Gail, is today the normal day? No, we just went a day late. I had some stuff I had to get out of the way yesterday.
That'll happen sometimes.
Yeah,
thank you for your patience with us.
It happens. But thank you everyone for being here, and we will see you next week.
We love you. See you tomorrow on TikTok.